تو یمن زدیم دیگه. یعنی اینا یه باب جدید رو باز کردن برای جمهوری اسلامی. برای جمهوری اسلامی میدان مانور عظیم باز کردن. میخوام بگم آثار این اقدام آثار جالبی. حالا ما داریم با هم دیگه دو سه تاشو مرور میکنیم، بیشتر از این حرفاست.
آقای دکتر لاریجانی، میخوایم راجع به این بحث کنیم که ما در این از بعد از پیروزی انقلاب تا الان چه توانایی هایی، چه تفاوت هایی پیدا کردیم که تونستیم چنین پاسخی بدیم. ضمن اینکه حالا یه علامت سوالی رو مطرح کردید که بسیار در اذهان اگر حمله نمی‌کردیم چی میشد، یا الان در سرزمین‌های اشغالی چه خبر هستش. می‌خوام راجع به این مباحث صحبت کنیم. اگه موافق باشید یک گزارش ببینیم، برگردیم پاسخ این سوالات رو از مصدر شما بگیرم.
وقتی در آسمان دیده شدن، چشمان میلیون‌ها نفر آنها را دنبال می‌کرد. پرنده هایی که سر راهشان تله های بسیاری گذاشته شد تا به مقصد نرسند. از پایگاه های آمریکایی در عراق و سوریه گرفته تا کمک برخی کشورهای عربی منطقه.
خب سلام عرض میکنم مجدداً به بینندگان عبدی مدیا. به تل‌آویو رفتیم و چند روز پیش Rebecca, I'm sorry, I'm saying the story how I found you. First of all, I want to say hello to your audience. Thank you to watching us. We're gonna talk about Iran's and Israel's tension. And I have to apologize because of my English, because English is not my mother language, but I promise you I try my best. خب ربکا یک فعال یوتیوب هست و در یوتیوب ویدیوهایی رو گذاشته راجع به روابط ایران و اسرائیل. شهروند اسرائیل هست و در اسرائیل زندگی میکنه. ربکا, now you living in Tel Aviv, yes?
Yes, near Tel Aviv. Yes.
همین الان ربکا در تل آویو هستش و من میخوام با او صحبت بکنم، بدونم که چه میگذره در اسرائیل و در تل آویو چه میگذره، اونها چه فکر میکنن و در واقع اصلا از اتفاقات دیشب چه چیزی رو خاطرش هست. تا جایی که بتونم سعی میکنم که ترجمه بکنم و تا جایی که بتونم سعی میکنم که در واقع اطلاعات درست به زبان انگلیسی بیان بکنم. اگر هر کجایش کم بودی بود بر من ببخشید، چون زبان انگلیسی زبان مادری من نیست و سعی خواهم کرد که حداقل در حداقل ها این گفتگو رو انجام بدم. Rebecca, thank you very much for joining me in this live program in Abdi Media. I would like to
Thank you for having me.
Thank you. I would like to know that what's going on in Israel. I follow the news and we know that last night you had a attack from Iran. Could you please tell me about your experience? What's happened in Tel Aviv or Israel?
Well, first, I think that yesterday was when everything was announced. People were it was like a test moment, you know. We've been preparing for Iran for years and years and years now. And it was like watching to see that it's so hard to test those systems, you know, without having that kind of barrage. And then that thing was like, how are we going to fare? How is it going to be? Like, we've been preparing for that for so long. And that's what the Israeli official spokesperson kept talking about, like how that we're prepared. We're like every scenario that Iran is going to come at us, we're ready.
How are you prepared? Who told you and what they told you about last night's attack? You had the information, yes?
I mean, we've been preparing, first of all, building those anti-missiles, anti-rocket, anti-ballistic, anti-nuclear.
Yes, this I know.
Like that.
We know that Israel is in war for many years, and you had a lot of conflict. This is I know that you prepared. You had some.
No, we prepared especially
for Iran. Okay. So about the last night attack, did you had a special information about last night attack?
I mean, it was there was blabber all over socials and like the news and everything about the fact that Iran is gonna
Yeah.
attack, and then they send the drones, and the drones take hours to, and they set up the missiles, and everybody knew they were setting up the missiles. It's like, and the Israeli government also, before everything even started, they were like, "Oh, there are no schools tomorrow. Stay home. We're prepared. Everybody's go home right now, this evening from this hour." And then Iran just started attacking, and there was this whole thing that it's combinations of several countries' intelligence and also. Um, Things that I guess that go behind the scenes, but on the end of the day, it was like, okay, Iran is going to attack, and it's really happening.
So it wasn't surprise for Israeli people, like that you didn't know everything and that just you. It wasn't surprise, yes.
No, I mean, it was. How do you say that? Even if you expect something, doesn't mean it's not surprising.
Yes. I understand.
But Iran had been saying that it's planning to retaliate harshly against Israel for a week now or so. So we've all been like waiting, and we're like first there was some attack by Hezbollah, and then they took over a ship that is a partial ownership of an Israelis, and then Israelis were like, no way, that's it. No way, that's it. There's gonna be something more. There's like because of the way that Iran just said it like a week ago, it's like it's gonna be like a severe retaliation or anything like that. Israelis already got hyped up. They were like, okay, we're gonna go full blown scale, and like there was this anticipation of like something like that happening. So yeah, I guess. And then when it happened, like people were like, until the last minute, were like, is it going to happen? Is it not going to happen? Do you believe Iran is going to do it? And to be honest, I fully believe that Iran is going to do it, but I still was super surprised.
Rebecca, could you please tell me now what's the exact situation this night? We have some news that Israel is going to have an attack back. Do you know any information about your news channel or some like maybe internal announcement? Do you have some things? Because as I hear, still schools are closed for tomorrow too.
Yeah, I've heard, and there are a lot of people laughing online and Twitter and stuff, saying that if nothing happens and the kids are not in school when it's a week before Passover, when we have a week of vacation from school, this is an attack against parents in Israel, because that's not like but just joking around. We'll see. Those who decide what's gonna happen, like the attack is kept in a very, very small circle. So basically, even the government is not supposed to know what's gonna happen. It's gonna be everybody that's involved is gonna get that the moment they have to leave. Basically, they're gonna be like, ready, and all right, you go now, like that kind of situation where you don't know when this now is, and you don't know what or where and when. Just I guess like the way it usually handles that, you put all the options on the table. And if you want to prepare the military or the forces or anything like that, you prepare them. It's like where even if you go home as a person in the army, right? Then you can get like an order to be ready to be somewhere in X hours. So if you get an order, then you cannot be somewhere or in a situation where it would take you more than 2 hours, let's say, to be ready to go, things like that. So, but what's going to happen, if it's going to happen, that's something that Israel will probably try to be as unclear as possible about. And the truth is, nobody knows. Even, I would say, maybe not even the prime minister knows at this point. Maybe, those are like decisions where here are the options, and it's like, where is it gonna go? It's a, it's like, do you know in the morning what are you gonna have for dinner kind of situation.
Exactly, no. But you know that for a military decision, there is some fact, and you can rely on some documents or news, or you can have some own analysis. What's your own opinion? You think that Israel will attack to Iran tonight?
It's hard to tell. It also depends on the readiness of the Iranian side. So if Israel feels like right now Iran is fortifying their strategic points in a way that would make the attack harder, maybe they would try to wait another day, just keep that high alert on to see if there is a moment where the guard goes down. Things like that. Those are things, there is a lot of psychological games here, so everybody's up, everything is like unclear for everybody. And those are decisions that are also, you read the room, the way things go, or it's like, okay, what do they think going to happen? What do they think going to happen? It's a very, very delicate game where...
Okay, let me translate part of your answer. من از ربکا پرسیدم که مردم چی فکر میکنن و آیا به نظرشون میرسه که اسرائیل به ایران حمله میکنه. میگن که هیچی معلوم نیست و واقعا نمیدونن که چه اتفاقی میفته. حتی توی اسرائیل هم نمیدونن که قرار هستش که چه اتفاقی بیفته. اون چی که مشخصه این هستش که عملیات نظامی رو ابعادش نگفتم، ولی مدارس همچنان تعطیله. Do you have any point that you can rely that say that, for example, a school or closed or something like this, they show us that it's going to have an attack or some military operation. Do you have some kind of this news?
I mean that if they are closing, the fact that you have to stay home and things like that,
something like this, or you have to go to that to the refugee place.
I mean, Israel has a whole system where you get those messages through your phone automatically, and like a whole system, and even citizens, like, they can go from one place to another pretty fast. It just like it's there. I don't know how to explain it. It's also important, like even towards the Israeli people, there is a limitation of how much we need to know, like we need to feel a certain way, another way. It's all part of a bigger game.
So it's not
just
clear,
to see.
no?
Of course, that's what I'm saying. It's not clear. It can't be clear either.
Okay. So I would like to know that Israeli people's opinion. You know that recently we had an attack from Israel to Damascus in Iran's embassy. You know that, and 7...
Next, not the embassy. The building next to the embassy.
And
that was in Syria.
Yes, this is a challenge.
And it's important.
Yes, this is a challenge between Iran and Israel. And Iran said that this is a consulate or a building of consulate. I don't have a challenge for us that this is a diplomatic building or not. But it's clear that Israel knows that this building is close to the embassy, and it could be consulate.
Israel knew who was going to be there.
Yes. It's
trying to take
yes. If they want to terror somebody, they could wait. They could get out and terror after getting out of that building. But Israel attacked the building. You know, it's a different message from Israel to Iran. It seems that Israel said that we want war. We want go to war, and we want because Israel tried before another options. For example, we had a terror from Israel. We had a diplomatic conflict. We had many tension. You know that this time the tension is completely different. That this attack to this building, to the third country, we thought it's horrible, and how it could happen. It seems that some experts and analysts, they said that it seems that Israel announced that let's have a war, let's go to the war. What Israeli people thought about that attack? They agreed.
They celebrated it. Like for Israel, we've been in war with Iran for the last 6 months. For us, the 7th of October attack and everything, like the Houthis and the Hezbollah joining, like for us, it's all the Shia militants that Iran is controlling, right? From afar, those who are negotiating the release hostages behind the scene, it's Iran. It's not Hamas. It's not Hamas that deciding. It's Hamas also going to Iran through Qatar, and Iran telling them how strong they need to be in their position. It's not. It's just for us. We've been in war with Iran for since October 7th at least.
So, what was the Israeli people action after that?
And after
the attack to that building, I don't want to say that it's what building, but Iran's building.
Yeah. The reaction was something like, that's a cool operation, and then Israelis just moved on.
So we say that every action have a reaction, and Iran said that the last night attack was the reaction of that action. You know that. What was the Israeli people's opinion after last night attack? Because you know that it's unbelievable. Iran's cruise in sky or in land of Israel. It's unbelievable, no?
I mean, yes, it's crazy, but the option that Israelis fear even more is that if nukes are going to be involved. So for Israelis, it's now or never. It's like, this is the time to attack all the nuclear facilities in Iran. This is the time to take down all the military targets in Iran. And this is the greatest opportunity we could ask for. For most Israelis, they are pushing the government to attack. I think it's, from what I'm seeing, even on the left, right? It's a very, very small minority that doesn't want to see this kind of threat just being eliminated. And also there is a all strong kinship and feeling that the way that the Iranian government and the Iranian ayatollahs, the way they treat women, the way they treat all those things, that they all need to stop. And for us, for many Israelis, this is also the messages that we get from Iranians, where we had an Iranian person a couple of months ago speaking in the Knesset and telling telling the Israeli government, hey, I believe that the Iranian people would support you if you choose to attack military targets in Iran and eliminate those targets. That go ahead. A lot of Iranians would be happy to see those targets eliminated.
You think after war the regime will change?
This is not okay. I'll tell you what. We are not America. We're not there to decide who's gonna rule who. This is the Iranian people's decision. This is not ours. The only thing that we care about is whether are there missiles directed at us or not. That's the only thing we care about. For real, we would love to see women in Iran be free and not to be beaten up for not wearing a veil. That's basic. That's obvious what we would want to do. But we also understand that it's not that easy to put people in and decide what the government of a different nation would be.
But today I talked with several experts from inside of Iran and outside of Iran. You know that some of them was they were opposition, like some of them are refugee or in opposition group, and they want reform. Some of them want change regime. That they say that we don't want a war, and if war happened, we are all going to protect our land. That when a war happened, all people think about the nationality, they think about their land, and they say that okay, this is some sound that they want war. In every corner of war, in every corner of world, we have some people who support war. But now, it's my own experience. Today, I had more than 5 hours live, and all were experts and famous analysts. They say that we don't agree with war. If war wanna happen, we don't agree with the regime. We're going to the Iran and protect our land. It's a
Yeah, but that's a complete it's either not real opposition. It's what I would call controlled opposition. It's people who pretend to be opposition, but they're actually just like voices that would make you know what I'm saying? Controlled opposition, like people
yes, I know, but they
government allows. But because I'll tell you
really,
why Israel
really
doesn't
opposition.
control Iran.
I know them. They really.
I believe you, but I think that would be misinformation. That's the other option, that they would be misinformed, because Israel doesn't want to control Iran in any way, shape, or form. It just doesn't want Iran to have missiles aiming at Israel. So everything that looks like it can has a string attached to its butt, and you can light it up and it will fire up. That thing we would want to clean up. Seriously, we don't need not your oil, not to control anything, not to run anything, not to touch your land. Not interested. Don't care. It's the other way around. It's the Iranian regime that wants to control Jerusalem. It's the Iranian regime that wants to control Mecca. We have no interest in controlling anything that is other than the Holy Land. And even in the historical terms, Iran is not included in Holy Land in any way, shape, or form. So it's
okay. The question is that let's come back to the last night's horrible. I don't know what should I name the last night. You think that now Israeli people, they want Israel's government start war or start attack back to Iran after last night?
Israeli people want the nuclear capabilities, the enrichment facilities to be gone.
Just they think about Iran's nuclear.
Nuclear, yes.
So what about last night's attack? They want attack back?
What about it? For us, this is what we want. We want to attack the nuclear facilities.
So the attack back, you want attack back, but your target, the target that Israeli people want is a nuclear facility.
The nuclear facilities.
I understand.
Exactly.
This is a bit makes sense, a bit clear. I wish never war happened. I wish never war happened. I won't say that I wish never war happened, and I don't support war in any corner of words. And I'm sure that every human and humanity don't support war. Well, I want to know that what's the Israeli people's feeling and their opinion about Iran's military power. They think that this is a balance with Israel, and Israel can go to the war, and it's a balance, or Israel is stronger, powerful, or Israel can take help, or U.S. can come to the side of Israel. What Israeli people thinking?
Israeli people think that they don't want. They look at Iran as the nuclear capabilities as a ticking time bomb, they believe that just like the Iranians launched this attack tonight, they would try to do it again and again and again. And if they have an option to do that with the nuclear missiles and things like that, that's the worst case scenario. And this is what Israel wants to prevent. Going to war, like military to military, like what, we're gonna meet up in Iraq and start fighting in Iraqi land, that's not Israeli style. That's not our thing. It's just one thing that we care is like, do not aim anything at us. That's it.
I want to ask you a question. As a usual citizen of Israel, you live in Tel Aviv. How is the life of people after these tensions? How your life is going?
Nothing. People went to work.
It's normal?
Regular. Yeah, 7:40 a.m. People were standing in the traffic and going to work and working and being productive.
No, I mean that when you hear the sound of the alarm system, right. It's horrible, no? When you're living your life and just you hearing the alarm sound and you have to go.
It's unpleasant.
Yeah. Yes.
It's not pleasant.
Of course. How you deal with this?
How you deal with that?
Yes.
You run, you look for shelter, you cover your ears, and then you wait 10 minutes, and then you forget that it happened. And then this is you reset your mind every time. It's more problematic when it's like, if it's like all the time, if it's like, if it's a one-time event, then like one night, 1 week or something like that, it's easier. For example, with the Gaza envelope, like people who living next to Gaza, where it's all the time, this is when you start going crazy, when it's like all the time, when you live with it for years and years and years and years. I know people that lost like a house, that lost from a rocket hitting their house, right? That lost their. I know one person who lost 4 cars in one go. Like in one night, he had 4 cars in his garage, and he lost all of them. People, but they're all okay now. They just they go and they say, hey, this is what happened to me. They rebuild their lives. It's a hard time. It's not easy. It's especially not easy now for those who, for example, were in around Gaza, and the whole community or the whole village is completely destroyed, and people just going from place to place trying to to find themselves. This is also like a very different and also very different type of attack, because it's like one-on-one kind of no alarms. Even having an alarm is somewhat reassuring, because you have some sort of feeling of control. When there is no alarm, that's scarier. let's put it like that.
I understand.
But
thank you. I want to say thank you to one of my audience, زابزو. خیلی ممنونم از اینکه حالا بخشایی رو به صورت خطی هم ترجمه میکنید. یه بخشایی رو من بعداً سعی میکنم که زیرنویس بذارم. به هر حال توی گفتگوی لایو یه مقدار ترجمه سخته. I said that translating in the same times it's not possible for me. It's a bit hard because I don't have a staff, and it's a bit it's not possible now. I want to say hello to your audience, Rebecca's audience, that everyone watching us and this conversation and this talk. Rebecca, I'm waiting for Security Council of United Nations tonight. We have a meeting, and I would like to come back to another analyst about Iran and Israel. But now, as I promised, I'm with you. If you have some question, if you want to ask me some things, or your audience, I'm with you now. I cannot hear you. No, I cannot hear you. Sorry. Your microphone is. It's happened for a live program. خیلی ممنونم زابسو، خیلی ممنونم. I'm talking with my audience and I'm waiting for you. No worries. خیلی ممنونم از اینکه این گفتگوی لایو رو تماشا میکنید و خیلی ممنونم از کسانی که از طریق کانال تلگرام عبدیمدیا لایو این گفتگو رو تماشا میکنن. تا لحظاتی بعد گفتگوهای دیگری هم خواهیم داشت و کارشناسان دیگری رو هم دعوت خواهم کرد و در خصوص این تنش اخیر صحبت خواهیم کرد. گفتگوی لایو و ویژه برنامه لایو ما امروز بیش از این قسمت دوم حدود 4 ساعت و 17 دقیقه است. ساعت الان 22 و 42 دقیقه به وقت تهران هست و امیدوارم که ربکا can you talk please? Could you please?
Yeah, can you hear me?
Yes, I can hear you. این بخش از صحبتات چون من به ربکا قول دادم اگر سوالی دارن یا مخاطبان ایشون از من سوال دارن به عنوان یک خبرنگار مستقل میتونن بپرسن. Rebecca, I'm as an independent journalist, I would like to answer your question if you or your audience has some question.
Yeah, I want to see. That's what I was trying to get to ask my audience if they have any questions. Do you have any questions, guys? Please. I'm waiting for questions here.
Okay.
People are still commenting on my sound.
If you have some wishes, I would love to know that. What is your wishes or Israeli people's wishes? Okay.
I have a question.
Okay, so
as an Israeli, how do Iranian people feel? What do they think? What do they?
Well, as I know,
how do they feel about
this is in Iranian blood. That I think Iranian in a wartime they become united. So that war is not a good solution.
That's true for every
nation. It's every nation. But you know that I'm talking about Iran because I'm Iranian. So it's normally I'm talking about Iran. They don't like this situation. You know that every time we have this conflict. Of course, the people don't like this conflict. People don't like any conflict. This is completely clear that people just need a peace and need a freedom, need live their life. So it's completely clear that.
Hezbollah and the Houthis.
Excuse me?
Why is Iran? But the moment Iran started paying and arming and training the Houthis and Hezbollah, they kind of went into war against us. So why the Iranian people are not commenting on the fact that it's a complete waste of money of the Iranian people?
Well, there is a lot of loud sound that they ask the governments, don't spend our money for Hezbollah or Syria or another country. We need our money for ourselves. But you know, this is a policy of governments, and you know that in policy of government they say that we spend this money to protect, to move our borders farther than real borders. It's like a virtual borders of Iran is in Syria. So and this kind that they say that this kind of discussion we have. But I'm telling you that no one is Iranian. They supporting war or they would like to go to conflict as any normal people. You know, I told you that it's...
Well, that's too late then. They shouldn't have funded and supported those who did what they did on October 7th. Iran.
It's not Iran. It's not like Iran's people.
It's Iran and Qatar.
It's not
Qatar that went and collaborated with Iran because Iran is threatening the Gulf states and they threaten Saudi and they support the Houthis to go and attack Saudi, and it's all part of the same war. And if Iran is coming to Syria, which Syria is already a direct threat to Israeli borders, then the Iranians started a war with Israel. And if the Iranian people are not supportive of war, then stop your Iranian government from declaring that Syria is part of your borders. It's not part of your borders. It never was part of your borders. Iran borders are in Iran. Stay there.
Okay, I want to make clear for you. It's two different things. That who spend this money? Of course, Iranian people, most of them, I wish to say this, because as you celebrate, we had a celebration last night after Iran's attack to Israel. We had a celebration in different cities of Iran. Which people who support war and which people was waiting to answer of that attack in Damascus.
Don't worry. We're gonna analyze all those videos and we're gonna strike exactly those people who went to celebrate, and we're gonna write down where those who didn't celebrate, where they live, and where those who did celebrate it, where they live, and we're gonna make sure that our missiles will only hit the right targets. No worries.
Okay, I want to just tell you the truth, because look, as a journalist, I cannot talk with my feeling. I know sometimes your feeling is connected. My feeling is connected. Your heart beating for your land. Of course, my heart is beating for my land. But if we want to talk about news, you told me about news after the attack in Syria. Some people in Israel, you told me that they celebrate. So I'm telling you, this is a news that after last night.
They didn't celebrate it the way Iranians celebrated.
Okay.
There was no
Celebrate,
no
Rebecca.
There was no fireworks.
Okay, I don't have a challenge in this. Okay, even one smile is a celebration.
No, I understand. Okay. It's all good. I'm just saying, when I'm saying that it's very different when I'm saying celebrating and what is the way that things are celebrated in Iran, in the Iranian videos. Those are not the same kind of celebration. Israelis were saying those are people that architectured the October 7th attack in a direct manner. When Israel targeted them, they eliminated those who decided that the right thing to do is to send those Hamas militants to rape and kill children. That was celebrated because those people think it's okay to do that. So that was appreciated, saying, yes, those people who plan things like that should fear for their lives. They should not feel safe ever. Israel would target them wherever they are. So those people who say that by doing that, Israel declared a war on the Iranian people, then don't get the Israelis confused with that kind of thinking. Because if the Israelis are going to start to believe that you back up those kind of people, then it's going to be a completely different type of war. Because right now what Israel sees is that you have an Islamic regime that believes in conquering Mecca and Jerusalem, and that is the regime they want to stop. We have no problem with the Iranian people.
Okay,
this is something that's important too. And if the Iranian people will unite against Israel, this is also how the Israelis will start to perceive the Iranian people. It's a psychological game, and it goes both ways, and it's important to understand.
So I'm telling you that when we talk about people, when you talk about Israeli people and Iranian people, this is a mixed people. We cannot separate. When we talk about people, all are included. You know, that people who supporting war, people who not supporting war. Okay, in some case, the people who not supporting war, they are in biggest part of these people. You know that I don't have a challenge with this. You know, but just I want back to your audience question. I want to make clear that Iranian people don't want to spend their money for any weapons in Middle East. This is
we don't want to spend money on defending ourselves. This Iron Dome thing costs a lot of money. The amount of money Israel spent yesterday defending from this.
And you know that Iran spent a lot of money for this cruise.
To show how much.
You know that.
We spent way more money.
Okay. You know that I don't want to compare now. Just I want to answer. I want to answer and make it clear for your audience that Iranian people don't like we spend the government and the regime spend this money for the war in every corner.
Then please don't confuse Israel and the fact that Israel defends itself. And the fact that the thing is, it's not against Iran; it's against the regime. So, if my message to the Iranians be, do not confuse between the two. We are not confused, and you shouldn't be either.
Okay. Do you have any question? More?
No, I mean, I also have to say, like every Iranian person I've ever met, I have nothing but respect and love to Iranian people. Like, you people are really really good people.
I would like to tell you that
on average,
Rebecca, you know that in my government's views, in Iran's regime, it's not allowed and it's not acceptable that I'm talking to you as an Iranian and as an Israeli. I'm pretty sure in social network there is it will be a lot of contests or some things that they said that Abdi from Abdi Media talked with an Israeli in the time of attack or time of war or something, blah blah blah. Just it's I feel that I have to talk with somebody to make clear what is the situation, and I found you, and thank you accepting my invitation.
Thank you for having me. Listen, I really lots of respect, but I really believe that a regime that hurts their own people, that's the enemy of everyone. And I don't want the Iranians to confuse it. We have no interest in your land, zero. Your land is yours, and everything in your land and everything Iran produces, may it go to the Iranian people and the prosperity and longevity and the culture of the Iranian people. That's what I wish for you. That's it.
Thank you very much, Rebecca. I have to come back to my live program, and I am waiting for the meeting of Security Council of United Nations. Thank you very much for your time, and thanks to your audience to listen us and or everybody who watch us later. And okay. I have one question for you. Sorry, they ask you Jewish don't like oil. They said that you don't like oil.
We don't like oil.
I think that's they won't say that you don't want to grab Iran.
We have a whole holiday around oil. The Hanukkah, where we have to eat so much oil in Hanukkah. This is how much we love oil. We have a whole holiday for oil.
Okay.
But
it's olive oil.
To be honest, we like peace and quiet and study. And it's Israelis, Jews, hippies are more hippies. Hippies that from time to time we are forced to turn into warriors.
Okay.
But we prefer our being hippies. So let us just chill.
Okay, again, thank you, Rebecca, for your time. I'm very appreciated for your time and your audience views on Abdi Media and this conversation. Thank you very much.
Thank you so much. Thank you all thank you for the question.
که اسرائیل واکنش سختی نشون بده و اگر اسرائیل واکنش سختی نشون بده بعد چه خواهد شد و به کجا خواهد رفت این جنگ. خب نگرانی شدیده و خیابون‌ها الان داشتم من برمیگشتم به هتلم، خیابون‌ها خلوت